My name is Elroy Martinez Jr., and this is my documentary, Echoes, A Journey into Making a Sci-Fi Series. So the title of my documentary, Echoes, stems from my current sci-fi series, Celestial Echoes, Tears of the Stars, and Celestial Echoes, Dread of Twilight. This is a series that I started doing last year, and really what it was going to be was just one film, and that was going to be just Tears of the Stars, which it was supposed to be more of a fantastical space adventure, and I didn't know how to go about it. I had brought it up to my friend Jenny Lynn Rodriguez, who is part of the Celestial Echoes series. Currently, she's in Tears of the Stars, and she's not in Dread of Twilight. Dread of Twilight is a spin-off. It's new characters that was to help bring about more of the lore of a specific race within the universe that I created. And she will be in the follow-up to Tears of the Stars, which is the true sequel, which is currently in filming, called Celestial Echoes, Remnants of the Past. This universe is supposed to be totally different from what I've created, with a more fantastical approach. And my friend Jenny Lynn Rodriguez, I was supposed to have her as the main antagonist, as this type of sorceress, space sorceress character, and it would have focused on some protagonists where they had to get these stones that allowed them to have powers, which would allow them to fight the sorceress, because she was magic based. But it would have had a space travel and everything. And I got as far as just casting her in the antagonist role, me in one of the hero roles, and getting one of the stones as prop that she would have used her character, which would have had immense power. I just didn't know how to go about it. It seemed so vast in what I wanted to do. I did have VFX packs and SFX packs that I wanted to utilize that helped inspire me to say, hey, I can create something of this magnitude. Maybe not as great looking as Star Trek or Star Wars, but I wanted to create something that was different from what I've already created years past in my short films. Speaking of the past, the title of my documentary, Echoes, also stems from my youth. I've always been that kid that daydreamed and imagined himself in such scenarios from TV shows and movies that I've watched or video games that I played. And I've always just been that person that just created in my head and built stuff, whether I'm playing with my toys as well and putting Power Rangers and Star Trek together and just creating a story. And I've always done that since I was little. And yes, that's me in my underwear and gold jewelry, red bandana and toy gun, inspired by Rambo, minus the underwear and gold jewelry. It wasn't until Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring, where I started to want to read more books, because that film felt also like a video game to me. I was just so inspired and I fell in love with it that I wanted to read the trilogy, which I read the trilogy, and I continued to read more books because I was like, wow, reading is great. I want to read more. And I hated reading, prior to being in high school. And that elevated me to wanting to write short stories. And that's how I started to create my own worlds with short stories. And then once I got into acting workshop at 25 to get out of my element of being shy, but also wanting to pursue acting, I transitioned from short film stories to short films. And I've been doing short films from 26, I would say, is when I actually did my first short film. And on. And being 39 now, still creating short films, it's something that I am proud of. I just enjoy it. It's something that I not only wanted to be my portfolio, so if anyone ends up seeing my work, they can be like, hey, let's use this guy. Mainly writing and acting is something that I'm focusing on, but I do filmmaking because how else am I going to get my work out there if I'm not really giving it off to anybody to create? I do it for myself because also it's a hobby, but a way of building a portfolio. Again, writing and acting is my main thing, but if I can create short films, why not? I get inspired by other things, and it helps me to create the stories and worlds that I'm building. So I know for Celestial Echoes, Tears of the Stars, the Tears of the Stars are these asteroids that came from a planet that blew up, that allowed other planets, when those asteroids entered their atmosphere into the planet, allowed for advancing Earth and other planets, but also there's the capability of magic element within these asteroids. And I created the world of Enoroth, which is the Enorothians, who are the villains of Tears of the Stars. More so, not necessarily villains. I'm still writing out the series, so follow up with that. Watch Tears of the Stars and Dread of Twilight, and watch out for Remnants of the Past. I'm gonna delve into that. But basically, they're going around the Enorothians who survived and left their planet because it got destroyed, it blew up, and those pieces of the planet ended up on different planets, and the Enorothians are traveling to try to reclaim these asteroid pieces in some way to take away the ability of these planets developing powers. And the idea is that they want to save these planets in the universe from destroying themselves, just like their planet was destroyed because of their own people and the power that they had. But the way they go about it is what makes them the villain of the story. They'll hurt or kill people to achieve their goals. So what does it take to make an independent sci-fi series? Well, for one, most would say story. Yeah, you can have a story. I'll say leave that for number two. I would say number one, make sure you have equipment ready, so that when you have your equipment ready, you know more or less how you want this film to go, how you want to shoot it. Especially for me, based on the equipment that I have, I know how I wanted to, how it helped me how to write the story, basically. When I started writing the story, I just had an outline, but I had my green screen ready. I had a camera, I used my phone camera, my iPhone, and I recorded myself in character in front of the green screen, just, messing with the laser gun, sitting down, and I'm like, okay, so what's happening in this scenario? What's going on? Why is this happening? Why is he sitting down? What leads up to him sitting down or after? So I took that recording, uploaded it into my laptop, and with the special effects packs that I had an environment pack for background. I looked into the different backgrounds. I'm like, where is he? Bam, he's home. I found something that looked like home. That would be his home in the future. And I set that up, put the background, I did all that, and I'm like, okay, this looks good. Now, what is happening in this scene? I have the background, he's home, he's messing with his laser gun. What is going on in the scene? What am I going to do to advance this part of the story? And that's how I pretty much created the story going forward. Bang, he gets a call from his friend about a job. I did that, set it up, and that helped me move forward to the next scene. And the next scene, again, I had a background that I wanted to use, implemented that, and I would write that way. Edited the scene with the special effects pack, write out the story. Edited the scene, write out the story. And that's pretty much how I've gone about it since. As I'm doing this documentary, it's currently being filmed and written. I have an idea, but I haven't fully fleshed out where that idea is going. But I know of scenes that I've already have in mind that I did write, and I'm filming that. And I'm loving what I have so far. Then you just need your actors, of course. I hire a lot of my friends, and when I say I hire, I literally am paying them, because ever since I started getting paid myself for roles that I've been in, especially for, friends that hire me, I'm going to hire them back. And even if it's just friends of friends that I meet, I'm like, hey, you're an actor, I like your work, I've seen your work, I have a role for you, I'll pay. And I've been doing that. And it's also motivation for, everyone like me that are independent actors, artists, that they want to create and they want to act, but they also want to get paid. And when you have all those elements together, finalize your film, enjoy a festival run, put it on streaming service, share it with the world, friends, family, people you don't know. Being able to create and art in general is an amazing gift. It's great and it's a precious thing. I didn't take class for any of this. These are things that I taught myself. At the end of the day, it's for you. And if it makes you happy, that's the most important thing. So please continue to be creative, continue to make work, and thank you for watching. And here's a clip for the upcoming sequel, Celestial Echoes, Remnants of the Past. Warning received. Let's go.